evening and a warm welcome to GRTS News. It's 2200 hours and on the top of the news this hour, President Adama Barrow returns to the Gambia after a week-long official visit to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The First Lady Fatoumata Barrow's Foundation donates assorted rice seeds to farmers in the North Bank region. The National Youth Service Scheme inaugurates new board of directors presided over by the Minister of Youth and Sports, Bakari Baji. Officials of the tourism security units hone their skills to fight against human trafficking, courtesy of the National Agency Against Trafficking in Persons. Away from home, the Ethiopian government declares ceasefire in the Tigray region amid 8 months of military offensive against the region's ruling party. Plus, barely 2 days before the anniversary, the Communist Party of China honors outstanding members ahead of its centenary. Well, these and much more coming ahead in this edition of the news. I am Aissatou Keita, and thanks for joining us. Well, it's a warm welcome to GRTS News, and we begin with the presidency. The President, His Excellency Adama Barrow, has returned to the Gambia after a week-long official visit to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The President, who was accompanied by Her Excellency Fatoumata Barrow and a high-powered delegation, were welcomed on arrival at the Banjul International Airport by senior government officials, security chiefs, and other dignitaries. Shortly after his arrival, President Adama Barrow spoke to GRTS. Let's take a listen.
8 p.m. The President, His Excellency Adama Barrow, has arrived here at the Banjul International Airport, and upon arrival he had a brief conversation with journalists on the purpose of which he and his entourage visited the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
It was a very good trip. We enjoyed our stay and we are treated with utmost respect. And we engaged with the Saudi authorities in a wide range of issues, of course OIC. And we engage also with our partners, the Islamic Development Bank and Saudi Fund. We also engage with charity organizations, signed memorandum of understanding with the First Lady Foundation. So basically, it was a very busy trip, and we also performed Umrah and prayed for this country.
According to the President, it's been a fruitful conversation, and they hope that areas, especially that of the OIC, would be revisited, and they hope to hear from the Kingdom of Saudi as soon as possible. Talking about the activities that you conducted, talk to us about how fruitful the conversations were, and what can we hope to be the outcome of these conversations?
Well, with the Saudi Fund, they are the one funding the OIC roads, and we have sent our reports. We are still waiting for confirmation, and we engage them to say that definitely we are behind schedule. So we want their confirmation. For sure, very soon we will have approval from the Saudi Fund to start our projects.
As part of other engagements, Her Excellency the First Lady also had engagements there at the very kingdom, which the President say they're very hopeful will yield very fruitful partnerships between the two countries.
This is a memorandum of understanding. This is a charitable organization, and they were supporting the foundation, but there were no official memorandum of understanding agreement between them. They have signed those agreements. It is now formalized. I think Gambia will benefit from it.
Reporting from the International Airport, Fatu Eli Kamboloshi.
Was President Adama Barrow there talking to GRTS Fatu Elika Molushi shortly after his arrival at the Banjul International Airport. Moving on, FAB Foundation, in partnership with Barrow Media Empowerment in France, have donated 78 bags of assorted rice seeds to farmers in the North Bank region. The rice seeds are distributed to rice growers in the Central and Upper Badibu districts. Our North Bank region correspondent, Famara Kani, has the details.
The FAB Foundation, initiated by Fatoumata Barrow, First Lady of the Republic of the Gambia, is now spreading its wings into agriculture, one of Gambia's most vital economic sector. The most recent support from the foundation is the distribution of 78 bags of assorted rice seeds to farmers in the Central and Upper Badibu district.
First Lady mba tentula mba jaila mbe duala sima ya ba ani jata kenda ngarje firngola.
Supporting her cause in the North Bank region is Lang Bala Saho, former area council member for the Njabakunda ward. Speaking to beneficiaries at the presentation ceremony held in Njabakunda, the former councillor hailed the efforts of the First Lady and President Barrow for supporting vital sectors in the country. He described the seeds as a valuable asset to every farmer and will support rice production in the area. Closing his speech with a statement of gratitude to the Barrow Media Foundation in France for their tireless efforts in transporting the seeds into the country.
Jang abekala sate woro leti sate woro ani sate woro ula abita fa sate tan saba men yalo musol man senela musol men be fang nafala nyin turola.
Alaji Chan, chief of Central Badibu, said the rice will increase the production level of women farmers in his district. He advised that the donated rice seeds are intended to be given to rice growers to strengthen rice production and productivity and furthermore boost seed multiplication. For the beneficiaries, the support was unexpected at this critical moment when many farmers are warming up for the season ahead. They thank the FAB Foundation for coming to their aid as they promise to use the seeds for the intended purpose. For the news, I am Farmer Kanye.
Meanwhile, the Directorate of Agriculture in Central River Region have organized a field day and a graduation ceremony for 75 participants from the Farmer Field School. As Modula Minsane reports, the initiative is aimed at boosting agricultural production and productivity in the region.
Another eventful day for the Regional Agricultural Directorate in the Central River Region, featuring the graduation of 75 students from the Farmer Field School. The historic day that saw the certification of these farmers was anchored on the best agricultural practice geared towards adding value in rice production and productivity.
This Farmer Field School concept can bring improvement in terms of increasing the production and the productivity of farmers. This is quite important. It's also part of extension delivery system, where you call farmers to demonstrate to them what has been put on trial or on demonstration for them to see and make a comparison between their way of producing and the conventional method of producing.
Its primary objective is to exhibit and promote climate-smart rice varieties Orilox 6 and Narika L19 to farmers and stakeholders.
Knowledge cannot be called knowledge if it cannot benefit you and benefit those around you. And based on that, I've just urged them to make best use of their community members and make sure the knowledge that is gained from the training is shared adequately. Yes, because that is the only way we can bridge the gap that is existing as far as the farmer extension ratio is concerned.
An activity funded by the Rice Value Chain Transformation Project seeks to facilitate linkage between farmers, private enterprises, and relevant institutions for rice business.
The transformation now will come as part of the value chain, where when we have like tenfold increase in rice production, you need to process this. That's where we need to have aggregators. You call them big buyers, and then you'll have to have big millers who will mill, then put it in bags, and you maybe also distributors who will take it to shops, just like you have for the imported rice.
A strong partnership with NARI and the National Seed Secretariat also avails farmers the harvesting of Orilox 6 by a combined harvester, and its potential yield remains an exhibit in modern farming techniques.
This training is very important. As we have already been trained, I suppose and I think we will do our best and our level best to train more 30 people. Each person should train 30 people. So I believe through our training, we will do our best and our level best to do what should be done in the rice fields. Inshallah, we want to improve rice farming in the Gambia so as to reduce rice importation in Gambia.
These trained farmers certified by the Department of Agriculture are expected to teach more farmers in their respective communities, with officials looking to strengthen the agri-extension fraternity through the Farmers Field School program. Mood Lamin Sane reporting for GRTS News from the Central River region.
While to some legislative matters, because the Minister of Gender, Children and Social Welfare, Fatou Kinte, on Tuesday appeared before deputies at the National Assembly seeking consideration of the Disability Bill 2021. The bill is going through a review process with lawmakers making adjustments in certain clauses at the consideration stage of the document. GRTS Ibrahim Ajala was following proceedings and files in this report.
Deputies spent time reviewing clauses of the bill, with observation, correction and clarifications. Some of the points that were reviewed and amended include definition of the term person with disability, such as albinism, representation in the Advisory Council for the implementation of the bill under the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Welfare, disability coding and the need to eradicate stigma instead of reducing it, as captured in Clause 30 of the bill.
My proposal is we adhere to what the committee said, because nothing like a place or whatever. It's an institution. Because if you look at it, we want all persons with disability to include it in all the institutions.
The bill aims to complement Section 31 of the 1997 Constitution, which talks about respect for the right and dignity of persons with disabilities. Meanwhile, the bill is now scheduled for a third and final read before passing it into law. Ibrahim Ajala, GRTS News.
Well, away from that, the West African International School in Bakau on Saturday held its 18th graduation ceremony for the class of 2021. The event also witnessed the awarding of prizes to deserving students. As Khadijatu Jallo reports, the newly graduates have successfully completed a crucial stage in the pursuit of their educational career. Here's more.
National Youth Service Scheme (NYSS) inaugurates its new board of directors in Bakau. Since its establishment in 1996, this is its 7th board of directors set up to run the policy directions of the scheme. Emmanuel Mendy, the executive chair, highlighted the significant gains registered since the establishment of the scheme.
When the scheme started in 1996, it started with 100 young people. And with the current batch undergoing training, the total number of young people who are supported stood at 4,433 in various skills such as electrical installation, construction, masonry, rice agronomy, horticulture, auto mechanics, tailoring, livestock, carpentry, plumbing, electronics, catering, welding and fabrication, painting and decoration, refrigeration and air conditioning, hairdressing and maritime.
According to officials, the NYSS specifically seeks to train the youth to appreciate the dignity of labor, instilled in them the spirit of self-reliance and encourage them to be job creators rather than seekers. Alhaji Kebe is the new chairman of the board of directors. In his acceptance speech at the occasion, noted that they will do their best to steer the affairs of NYSS.
As we all know, in the military camp, what they say is, yes, sir. The yes, sir is not to be submissive, really, but to know that when you want to do things by your own, you should really be ready to fight with your inner self, to fight with your emotions, to fight, with everything that will make you reactionary and not to accept and bear what other people's thoughts might be within whatever you want to do for yourself. As a board, we are here today to work with government in a bit to try to see how to translate this policy into action and practical things that will help give you the necessary success that you would want to have for each of yourself in life.
The NYSS was established in 1996 with the aim to provide the Gambian youth with the requisite skills to address the acute problems of youth unemployment. The Minister of Youth and Sports, Bakari Baji, thanked the outgoing board members for their dedication and hard work, while calling on the new members to work to their expectations.
Your task is mainly to provide concise and practical policy guidelines that can increase quality efficiency and productivity of the Gambian youth within the framework of the NYSS. A task I consider as a great challenge, but one that I believe that you'll be able to do because it is out of trust that we appointed the board members to serve.
This is the 7th board of directors since its inception, and the board is expected to serve for a period of 3 years in accordance with Section 8 of the NYSS Act 2015. Reporting for GRTS News, I am Jenke Toure.
Well, we apologize for the earlier mentioned preamble on Khadijatu Jallow. And in another development, the National Agency Against Trafficking in Persons, in partnership with the International Organization for Migration, have been training officials of the tourism security units on the concept of trafficking in persons. The two-day event seeks to build the capacity of the tourism security units in the fight against all forms of human trafficking. Khadijatu Jallow has the details.
It is a joyous moment for these students, but citing the important role tourism security officials play in combating trafficking in person around the tourism development area, organizers deemed it fitting to enhance their knowledge and understanding to tackle the phenomenon. Stephen Martet, IOM program officer, highlighted.
The security officers are at the front line of ensuring that our tourism development area are safe from any predation of human traffickers, including child trafficking. In coordination with the NATIP, IOM, and also GTB board, IOM is organizing this two-day training for the tourism security unit officers on trafficking in persons under the project Enhancing National Efforts to Combat Trafficking in Persons, funded by the U.S. State Department Office to Monitor and Combat Trafficking in Persons. For this project already, the National Project Steering Committee has been established in the Gambia. A national task force on trafficking in persons has also been revived. Bakote Shelter has also been supported with supplies to assist victims of trafficking. One-stop centers have also been identified for referrals of victims of trafficking for immediate medical and psychosocial support.
The Gambia Tourism Board's Public Relations and Communication Manager, Usman Kebe, said to convict a trafficker is not an easy task. He, however, expressed optimism on Gambian security personnel.
Tourism Security Unit, the TSU, have done a wonderful job by identifying and detecting 6 trafficking in person cases. And to convict a trafficker, which is a ring of people, it's not an easy task. It means the security will really have to do due diligence in order to bring these traffickers to book. So I think working with NATIP, working with the Gambia Police Force, the prosecution unit, with all the evidences available, I think this will help us to be able to convict. Conviction is the key word.
The Gambia is a source, transit, and destination point for human trafficking. Tulai Jawara, NATIP Director, explains.
The Gambia is also a state party to the Palermo Protocol, which is the protocol to prevent, suppress, and punish those involved in trafficking in persons, especially women and children. It is a very difficult task we have. We need law enforcement officers, especially you at the TSU, to properly identify the problem and punish offenders.
Trafficking in person includes forced and child labor,
domestic servitude, sexual slavery, sexual exploitation. The 2 most common forms of trafficking in persons we have in the Gambia is our Gambian girls going to the Middle East to work as domestic servants on the kafala system, which is a sponsorship system, and they get exploited as an end result.
The two-day event is expected to enhance participants' understanding to prevent, protect, and prosecute traffickers of persons. Khadijatu Jallow, reporting for GRTS News.
Well, the report by Khadijatu Jallow takes us to our first break. The news returns in a moment. Do stay.
Make your nights as bright as your days with Africell's new night bundle. Your night browsing experience has now been boosted by AfriMoney at the most affordable price. Enjoy the cheapest night bundle in the Gambia and feel the difference in comfort and speed. Activate the night bundle from your AfriMoney account and receive 1 gigabyte of data for $50 is only. Browse, stream, and talk all night long from 1 a.m. to 8 a.m. for only $50. Activate your AfriMoney account by dialing *777# and select Buy AfriCell Data to choose your night bundle valid for 24 hours. What more could you ask for? This bundle is only available through AfriMoney. Your AfriMoney account, your night browsing. Where AfriCell goes, nobody dares to follow.
CAF Africa Global is the first and biggest private estate developer in the Gambia and present in 7 other African countries. We take pride in leading innovation in all spheres of real estate sector in the Gambia and beyond. As such, we are launching the development of the first smart and modern office and retail towers in the Gambia called TAF Twins. The TAF Twins is located in the heart of the Kanifing institutional area and 10 minutes drive away from Banjul. TAF Twins is designed to have 5 floors of office spaces ranging from 50 square meters to over 1,000 square meters with 2 elevators, central air conditioning, 24 hours electricity and water supply, with the ground floor reserved for banking, supermarket, restaurant and coffee shop. For your bookings and reservations, please call now on 376-2333 or 776-2333. Thank you.
Welcome back. Now, close to a dozen of African ministers have been in meeting in Tunisia to seek ways of boosting trade relations between the North and Sub-Saharan Africa. As CGTN reports, the conference also offers opportunity for the private sector to augment its network following the creation of the Continental Free Trade Area. Here's more.
Experts at Tunisia's 4th Financing, Investment and Trade in Africa conference discussed several topics, including the financial support in the continent, the major structuring themes for African economies, and the establishment of the African Continental Free Trade Area. Officials also shed light on the business environment, sectoral development strategies, as well as local transformation and industrialization in Africa.
This conference, the 4th edition, is becoming a real big conference in Africa, and the purpose of this conference is to make meeting between businessmen and business from Tunisia and from around Africa, and also the presence of international institution and financial institution is to found the possibility, the solution for financing our trade and our investment in Africa.
Ivorian Minister of State, Minister of Foreign Affairs, African Integration and Diaspora urged Tunisian firms to invest in her country in raw material processing. Kandia Camara also called on Ivorian businessmen to invest in Tunisia as part of a win-win partnership.
Côte d'Ivoire decided to restructure its economy with focus on raw material processing. We call on Tunisian businessmen to come to help us process our raw materials. This will pave the way for the structural transformation of the economy.
The Minister of Youth, Entrepreneurship Promotion and Employment of Burkina Faso said the meeting in Tunis is highly important as it will foster the exchange of good practices and experiences in entrepreneurship and job generation.
Nous avons donc au niveau du Burkina Faso
In Burkina Faso, there are 150,000 to 200,000 job seekers each year, and the only solution is to encourage them to create their own startups and projects, considering that the current employment mechanisms cannot meet all needs.
The Tunisian president met with the African ministers who took part in the 4th edition of the International Conference on Financing Investment and Trade in Africa. Qais Said stressed the need to ensure optimal exploitation of natural and human resources available in Africa as part of a new development model. Experts called for setting up a platform in Tunisia to facilitate trade between North Africa and Sub-Saharan Africa. In addition, African officials and ministers urged decision makers to create a continental free trade area. Aden Shawishi, CGTN, Tunis.
Now, the Communist Party of China is honoring its outstanding members ahead of its centenary on July 1st. Xi Jinping, General Secretary of the CPC Central Committee, handed out the July 1st medals at the Great Hall of the People in Beijing on Tuesday morning. CGTN's Zhao Yunfai reports.
Honor Guards present the July 1st Medal, the party's highest honor. Featuring the CPC emblem and a 5-pointed star, the medals are awarded to party members who have made exceptional contributions to the party and country. Xi Jinping, General Secretary of CPC Central Committee, presents the award. Among the honorees are those who've contributed to China's revolution, reform and opening up, poverty eradication, and the building of a modernly prosperous society in all aspects. One of them spoke on behalf of the group to thank the party.
I take the party's reputation very seriously and the title of CPC member very seriously. What we have done are the things that are still being done by lots of CPC members. The party's centenary is coming soon. I sincerely wish for the party to remain young forever, the prosperity and strength of the great motherland, and the happiness and well-being of its people.
The CPC Central Committee says the honorees have created spiritual treasures for the party. Among the 29 medal recipients, 4 are over the age of 100. 3 are honored posthumously. General Secretary Xi urged all party members to learn from these everyday heroes.
July 1st medal recipients are heroes coming from and deeply rooted in the people. They are ordinary heroes who are dedicated to their work without a complaint. Their deeds and spirits can be learned by others. They prove through concrete actions that every party member can make great contributions to national rejuvenation for the party and the people, with firm faith, strong will of striving and resilience, and taking actions at usual, critical and difficult times.
Besides awarding the July 1st medal, the CPC is also recognizing 349 outstanding members, 262 workers, and 309 grassroots organizations. This is the first time the Communist Party of China has awarded the July 1st medal, as it celebrates 100 years since it was founded. More will be handed out in the future on major anniversaries. Zhao Yunfei, CGTN, at the Great Hall of the People, Beijing.
In Ethiopia, the government has declared a ceasefire in its war-torn Tigray region. The announcement comes as rebel fighters claimed control of the regional capital, Mekelle. The Ethiopian government has not yet confirmed the loss of the city. The unrest in Tigray began 8 months ago when the federal government launched a military offensive against the region's ruling party, the Tigray People's Liberation Front. As CGTN's Girom Chala reports, the conflict have left behind humanitarian crisis, with the United Nations reporting more than 5 million people in urgent need of food aid.
The National Defense Force, alongside the federal police, has been widely reported, and it's being reported at the moment from the Tigray capital, Mekelle, by the way, and the Tigray TPLF party is now in control of the Mekelle city. But as you've said earlier, the Ethiopian government has officially said nothing about the loss of the capital city itself, but it said unilateral cessation of hostility. Sometime we have also heard from military sources that the Ethiopian National Defense Force are in few kilometers buffering out of the Mekelle city itself, waiting for developments there. So this is what we know so far. Well, the point here, according to the government, which by the way released a statement about it, saying that the aim of the unilateral cessation of hostilities is in order to give way for peace and if parties. The government said that they are not going to fire at any in Tigray at the moment, unless and otherwise it's fired at to. and they're saying that anyone interested to talk to, by the way, they said that they have seen signs of negotiations from the TPLF side. So anyone coming in front will be negotiated with, and then peace must be prevailing in that regional state. The other thing they said is the farmers, now that it's a rainy season, need to be given peace so that they can harvest, and the hunger issue that has been talked about a lot can be also prevented. So the cessation of hostilities, the idea is unilaterally decided by the government to give a peace way and also to allow farmers farm. But at the same time, we should know that TPLF has confirmed nothing. They actually vowed to continue the war until all forces go out of the Tigray regional state itself. Penina, it means a lot. As you might simply understand, peace was something that brought all of this chaos in the regional state. Lack of food, eviction of people, and disruption of almost everything in that regional state. And as you've said, making people vulnerable to lots of problems, including including insecurity itself, and also most people cross borders finding shelter, food, and also the most important, control of it.
Well, we'll leave it at that, but before then, I'll look at our top stories once again. President Adama Barrow has returned to the Gambia after a week-long official visit to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The First Lady Fatoumata Barrow's foundation has donated assorted rice seeds to the farmers in the North Bank region. The National Youth Service Scheme has inaugurated a new board of directors presided over by the Minister of Youth and Sports, Bakari Baji. Officials of the tourism security units are honing their skills to fight against human trafficking, courtesy of the National Agency Against Trafficking in Persons. Away from home, the Ethiopian government has declared ceasefire in the Tigray region amid 8 months of military offensive against the region's ruling party. Plus, barely 2 days before the anniversary, the Communist Party of China has honored outstanding members ahead of its centenary. Well, that was all we had time for in today's edition of the news. From me and the entire news team, we want to thank you for the pleasure of your company, and stay tuned to GRTS.
For the first time in the history of the Gambia, Gambia Printing Publishing Corporation proudly introduces the Biliomatic exercise book printing machine. The machine has the capacity to print more than 20,000 books per hour. Yes, 20,000 books per hour. It also prints magazines, newspapers, calendars, flyers, normal books, and all kinds of printed documents plus items at affordable prices. With the Biliomatic printing machine, GPPC can now render high quality and non-size restricted printing service supply across the sub-region. Rush now and partner with GPPC for all your public and private printing service needs. Print with us today and you'd be offered highly professional, reliable and efficient service delivery by our team of experts. The Gambia Printing and Publishing Corporation is here to meet all demands and is reliable at all times. For more info, contact us on 437-4493 or 437-4402. GPPC is Gambian and it's yours.
You can now benefit from up to 60 minutes for free by using your AfriMoney account. You need to subscribe to the Stay Safe Mix Bundle using your AfriMoney account and receive free AfriCell to AfriCell minutes valid for 7 days. To activate, dial *777#, select buy data bundles and pay. $150 is only to enjoy 1.5 GB, 60 minutes of on-net calls and 3,000 SMSs valid for 7 days. Or $10 is to only enjoy 40 megabytes, 2 minutes of on-net calls and 100 SMSs valid for 7 days. Where AfriCell goes, nobody dares to follow. In a country always thirsty for more, a team of superheroes with special powers unite to redefine the way we are connected. Big Farber Bagasi steps up your communication with the DOK service, giving you 1,000 minutes of talk time to one special person for $150 is only, valid for 1 month. Enjoy your talk time. Type SUB and send by SMS to 135 to activate the TOK service. AfriCell got office with the power to change the world.
Big milk. Now on for one. Here comes another exciting opportunity to win amazing prizes. Yes, be a part of the Big Milk mega promotion and win bags of rice, bags of sugar, gallon of cooking oil, cartons of Big Milk and other Big Milk products. All you do is collect 10 Big Teen wraps in an envelope. Get ready as many envelopes as you can to increase your chances of winning with your name, address and a telephone number. Drop off at the collection centers, Birkama FMB Radio, Talinding Market, Serekunda Market, Tanje Beach, Tabokoto Traffic Lights, or call 7784-006 or 225-2241. When it comes to milk, it's gonna be big. New look, same taste.
The much anticipated Euro 2020 football tournament has returned. Yes, the Euro tournament right at your doorstep. 24 teams all fighting for one giant trophy. Watch all 52 games live on GRTS, brought to you by your favorite GSM operator, FAB. And that's not all. Call or SMS 1010 to win